What is up, MMA True Believers? I am Jason Burgos for Sherdog.com, and I'm joined by a man looking to bounce back from the first loss of what has been an impressive young career. At UFC on ESPN 16, he brings his 5 knockouts and 6 wins into the octagon to battle Carlos Felipe and his 6 knockouts and 8 wins in a fight that seems built to end early. And that man I speak of is Cape Verde's own Yorgan De Castro. Yorgan, thanks for the time to talk your return to the octagon.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Before we get into this fight coming up, I want to go back to the Greg Hardy fight for a bit. For anyone watching it, they could tell you won the first round, then midway through the second, you hurt your foot on a kick. Your output fell drastically after that. I read in an interview where you said you hurt your foot and your ankle on that kick. Talk to me about that injury and specifically how it affected you the rest of the way in terms of like your punching ability, your output, and essentially kind of costing you the fight.
Yeah, I mean, after he checked the kick, I mean, my whole game went away. I stopped fighting. I basically was a sitting duck and waited for him. I mean, I know I have punching power, so I said, I'm going to wait. If he come and try to engage, I may get the job done. But I couldn't move, man. I couldn't explode. I couldn't kick. I couldn't do nothing. I had a deep bruise on top of my foot, my ankle. I couldn't walk for days, man.
Oof.
That's bad.
Was Hardy better in ways that maybe you expected, or what do you chalk that fight up really to the injury? Like I mentioned, you probably won the first round, and if you hadn't been so badly injured, you probably would have easily won that fight. Or was he better than you expected?
He definitely better than expected. I do thought that I was a better fighter, and I had a perfect game plan. I said I'm gonna go down there, chop their legs. He's big, I'm short, so he don't check kicks. I'm gonna be chop their legs. Eventually, he's gonna stop move. Then I knock him out. And I mean, he was able to adapt and play very smart, stay outside, use his reach. He got a long reach. He's definitely better than I thought.
Now, I plan to ask about like the weight you usually go into fights for out of curiosity, just as a fan, just as a journalist of sport, because you are without a doubt really fast for the weight class. But despite being smaller than most UFC heavyweights, you come in around the division's weight limit. But in that same interview I mentioned earlier, and to NESN, you talked about like after the foot injury, you started to realize, okay, I got to drop more. You wanted to be closer to around 245 now for future fights. Talk to me about why now was the perfect time to start implementing these changes. Were there specific things you could point to that were like kind of wake up call moments or something? And talk to me about how the process has been and where we might expect you to weigh in around on October 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, when you lose a fight, you start to get a lot of like, I should do this, I should do that, I should lose weight. But because honestly, I do feel good, man. I do feel durable. I do feel like I can take a punch. I feel like I can throw flying knees with a 260. I can do everything. Swear to God. But for this one, I'm lower. So before I fly to Vegas, I was 260. Okay. So I believe I will be 255 for this one. But no, I'm not necessarily looking to go 245. If I lose fat, build muscle, I feel good. I can eat good. I'm good with them. And I like to say I'm fast. Yeah. I know I'm strong. I know I can take a punch. And yeah, I'm not bothered with the weight, man. If I gotta be checking my weight all the time, might as well go to 205.
Are there any like changes you made specifically? Like, is it a nutrition thing? You change certain things you eat, how you eat, when you eat? Was it just more of a strength and conditioning thing? You did a little bit more weightlifting, so maybe the muscle changes to fat. Like, what changes you make just to even get down to like around 255, like you think you might be?
Actually, I got a little step down in this camp, so I had to pull out a couple of things like I start to eat a little bit cleaning, but then the big thing is the running. I was running 3-4 times a week with my teammates.
Okay.
We've been running all the time. I think that's a big deal for me. I have to go out there and run. Just good for my cardio, for my confidence, and help my weight come down.
And road work is something they've been doing forever. They do in all kinds of sport. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed a difference? Have you developed like even more lung capacity? Have you noticed in training and sparring, going hard rounds, like, damn, this road work sucks, but I feel pretty good right now.
To me, it's like big difference. I don't know I don't care what people say. Heavyweight shouldn't run or not. Keeping run is big difference. Get me extra confident. I feel better. I can push harder. I know that I've been running hard, so I know when it's come down to go deep, I know I've been down that road. So I'm gonna keep running. It's something that we're gonna keep even after this fight. We're gonna keep running and keep going.
So talk to me. Yeah, keep going.
Say. No, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Now, so talk to me about this fight coming up with Carlos Felipe. He seems similar to many heavyweights at this level. Solid athlete, prefers to strike, has shown power in his hands. Although he has shown like some personality in his fights a little bit. He likes to talk a little trash. He likes to be a little animated during the fight. What do you feel he brings to this fight that maybe is a new challenge on some level for you? Or is he kind of bringing stuff that you've already kind of encountered in your 7 fights so far?
Yeah, I mean, I fought a lot of good guys. I fought 6 amateur fights. I fought 8 kickbox fights, good guys. This is my 8th fight, I think, 8th one. Mm-hmm. But he's excited, man. He's gonna come forward. He move his head good. He throw punch, and I know he's gonna stand and bang. I don't believe he's gonna try to take me down. So, I like those kind of fight. This is an exciting fight. Actually, it's a good fight for both of us. I do believe one of us going down, and I can live with that. I love that. I'm okay with that.
And I've talked to a lot of fighters, different fighters, and their opinion always differs on like film work and stuff like that. Do they watch a lot of film? What's your process in preparing for a fight? Do you watch a lot of film? Do your coaches watch a lot of film on Carlos? Or do you kind of just go with the main strategy based on what you know, and then you kind of adjust when you're in the fight in the octagon itself during?
Yeah, my coaches do want to watch films and stuff. I don't really. If they say I'm going to fight someone, I check his name myself. Probably if I see 10, 15 seconds, I'm basically say, fuck, let's go. Let's do it. Because if you watch, that's my opinion. If you watch too much film on people, you either give them too much credit or underestimate them. So I don't want to make that mistake. Fight is fight. You know, especially the heavyweight. Yeah. One punch can change everything. So I don't want to keep studying guys. I'm just going to go down there and fight.
Carlos also suffered his first career loss in his last fight. Now, he's beaten some solid guys in the past, but beating like a solid name on the Brazilian regional scene is a lot different than beating the good fighters at the UFC level. And his first taste of UFC competition to Spivak was a loss. Do you feel facing you is like just another big step up for Carlos that maybe he's not ready for? Do you just feel like you're a different level of heavyweight than he's probably used to?
I'm looking forward to show. I mean, talk is cheap, so I want to go down there. Yeah, I can't be right now saying that. I'm the best guy here to face, and then I go there and come short. No, I want to show. I want to feel it. I want to be able to, because this is my 7th fight, 8, but 3 of them is in UFC. So if you count the Contender Series, I'll be fighting good guys. So I'm looking forward to go down there and see what Carlos have to offer.
Now, we talked about like the adjustments you made in terms of like the road work and getting your weight down a little bit. Have there been any changes you've made in terms of adding different tools to the tool set? Did that loss make you see different things like, oh yeah, I can do this, maybe not rely on the kicks or have backup plans in terms of if I get checked and I get injured? Like were there any technical adjustments or changes or additions you have coming into this fight?
Definitely, man. I have to set up my kicks better. I have to put the hands, then do the kicks. And if I start with the kick, I have to finish with the hands. I can't be throwing naked kicks like I was doing. There was like an amateur, mistakes. I mean, I was so focused on finishing with the kicks that I kept to empty kicks, like it was naked. So that become predictable and easy to check. So now I have to mix it up better. But I'm gonna still the same, like throwing kicks, throwing bombs, and it is what it is. It's my style.
Now, to end this, I wanted to do what a segment I'm going to have on my interviews called 5 for Fighters, where I will give you 5 words, names, or phrases, and I want you to kind of just tell me the first thoughts that come to mind when I say them. The first one now is when I say Durfee High School, what's your first thoughts?
Home.
All right. Now, this is a big story going around the country and everything like that right now. So I figured I'd get your thought too. When I say Breonna Taylor, because of what's going on in the U.S. right now, what are your first thoughts?
Injustice.
Now, next one. I have a feeling it might be the same as the first answer. Cape Verde.
Cape Verde is home.
So is Durfee High School home too then? Home B?
Dude, yeah. Durfee is definitely home too. Yeah, I feel home down there.
Now, the next one, I saw this off of your Instagram, and I was interested. When I say the name Ray Cepho, what's your first thoughts?
Legend.
What's it been like working with him and stuff like that? Like, has he been giving you some interesting tips and advice that you just never had before? That's like, oh, I never even thought about that.
Blow mind, he's so good. He's a he does. I mean, there's no reason he have 100 something fights, so he's so good in details and movements and things that probably I knew it, but I didn't have the confidence to do it. He'll pick it, and the style, our style and body style and the way we fight someone similar. So that was definite addition, and I'm looking forward to training with him again.
All right, now last one, the most fitting. When I say the name Carlos Felipe, what are your first thoughts?
It's going down.